Hello, welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. In today's training, I will be teaching you how to start your snail farm business and make 6 figures in this 2024, especially in this breeding season. Okay, here is one thing I can assure you. After watching this training, you would be able to start your farm, get your right breeders, grow your farm, and make 6 figures in this year 2024. Okay, are you with me? But here's one thing you have to do for me. Promise me one thing: you watch this video to the end. Another thing, you watch this video in a very quiet location or with your earpiece, a book and a pen to record and document everything that you'll be learning that will be of value to you. Are we together? Okay, now, who is your coach? My name is Rexford Emmanuel. Okay, I'm a petroleum engineer by training and I'm a farmer by passion. Yes, I'm also the team lead at AgroCycle, and I mainly manage farmers under the AgroCycle farm network. So I help farmers literally grow their farm, expand, and scale from small farms. Okay? We deal majorly on sales of snails, mainly for breeding, and we sell formulated feed and calcium supplements. And we don't just stop there. We also help our farmers sell their matured snails, and that's one of our selling points that makes us stand out. Okay? We help people set up farms across Nigeria, mainly greenhouse and large-scale farms. Now, greenhouse is because it's technical. A little bit of technicalities, sprinklers, humidifiers, and all those kind of things. Where do you set them right? And apart from that, you should be able to set up your farm by yourself. And trust me, by the end of this training, if you can handle a hammer and a nail, and you can take measurements and understand them, then you can build your own pen by yourself. But for large-scale farms, because you'll be needing structure, then we'll have to come in. And of course, some people just want that service, so we provide it alongside. We have trained over 560 farmers, with 200 of them currently practicing under the AgroCycle Farmers Network. Okay? So we make boast that no matter where you are in Nigeria, there is a farmer that we've trained that is practicing, and you can go to them and request for a physical training, provided you're part of the community of practicing farmers, and you'll be given that service. Okay? We make boast of that. That's one of our selling points. So for me, I'm passionate about teaching, very passionate about teaching, and not just teaching people the business of snail farming and showing them how to make money from it. Yes. Okay? So at the end of this training, you should be able to know these following things: the different species of snails. Take note. So just start writing it down somewhere. So anyone that I don't teach you, you go and check it out and come back and ask us in the comment section, Mr. Rex, you said you would teach us this and you didn't teach us. Okay? So we'll go further and say, who can partake in snail farming? We would allow you to understand what are the criteria. Do I qualify to partake in snail farming? The different snail houses will give you options to choose from, whichever you can build at the moment and get started. Okay? Then we'll be talking about the benefits of snail farming, talking about slime extraction, value of snail meat and snails in the international market. I'll go into deep down how you can get it, how you can export, and what is required of you. So we'll then digress a bit to talk about the requirements for snail farming. What is required of you? What do you need? Okay? Then we talk about setup of snail farms on a budget. Very important, especially in this economy. You can't just put yourself under undue stress because you want to invest in snail farming. You have to be very smart and analytical about doing it. Also, we'll expose you to the wealth that can be generated from snail farming. We'll do that. Okay? And other ways to earn from snail farming, that's another very important one. In case your farm is not ready, you can't just stay like that. You can still be making money from snail farming. Now, why should you listen to me? I have over 4 years of experience in snail farming on both small scale and large scale farms. Personally, I've visited 15 states, 15 different states to set up farms. Okay? And it's not the number of farms that we've set up virtually, just guiding the mason or the artisan to build pen. So I have a large store of experience to share with you. Okay? Currently at AgroCycle, we procure and help farmers get their breeders, and we do between 3,000 to 4,500 breeders every month. Okay? So when it comes to sale, it's normal. Like, we are selling for our farmers, we are selling for vendors, and we are helping farmers get started. Okay? So we also help our farmers sell, okay, like I said, matured breeders locally, and we connect them abroad, mainly for those interested in exportation, and that's called group exportation and shelving, and we'll talk about that later. So let's talk about it. Reasons why it is difficult to start a snail farm. Now, I've seen people start and fail, and it's not like most people that you see succeeding in snail farming, most started and failed, unless they had the next thing that I'll be talking about. Okay, so lack of adequate training and knowledge of snail farming is one of the biggest reasons why people fail. And let me not waste your time. There are only 3 things you need to do in snail farming to excel. Just 3 things. First of all is feed them well. The second one is clean their pen well, and the third one is what? Monitor them. Like, literally everything that you ever be taught in snail farming, even in this training, will border around these 3 things. And if you can do it, you don't need any other training. Okay? But you see the problem is a lot of people are just you want to learn snail farming, you go on YouTube. Now, YouTube is beautiful. I acknowledge people who are going for YouTube to learn and get knowledge, and literally there's nothing you can't find on YouTube. But the problem is it's scattered and it's coming from different people. You hear someone talking about this, you hear someone talking about that, different perspective. You get here, and all of a sudden you don't have a holistic view on what snail farming is. You're confused. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to employ. You don't have someone that when your snails are dying, you don't have someone to call that would ask you, okay, can you sit back and track your record? You don't have anyone that enforces you to do certain things. Okay? There is no that touch of mentorship. Like, it's literally, there's nobody that you can pick their brain that will hold you by the hand and say, don't do this when they arrive, do this for 3 days, do this for 4 days, do this for this. And that's the most reason why people fail. How often do you clean your pen? How often do you feed them? When should you feed them? What is the feeding ration? What is the feeding regimen? Do you know? Remember what I said? Just 3 things. If you look carefully, that is all. Okay? And if you can do this exceptionally well, get the right knowledge and adequate training for snail farming, take me for my word, you would succeed in snail farming, because that is what made me successful and has made every other farmer under the AgroCycle Farm Network successful. Okay, now the difficulty in getting buyers, very, very true. Sincerely, it's difficult to get buyers. Then let me make this thing clear. Now, it's not like the market is plenty. It's not like if you go to shop right now, you see where they have frozen chicken, frozen food. You see chicken, you see meat, you see turkey. Do you see snails? No. It means 2 things. It means that the first one is that there is a need for something to be placed there. Snails have not come into that section. Maybe people are doing it now as we keep on creating awareness. But there is a need for people to bring snails into that section. So there is a market for it. And also, the next thing is that people have not created, there's no much buzz around it to bring it to that forefront. In other words, there is no market so you can say, oh, if I go to this market, I'll find chicken. If I go to this market, I'll find, like for snails, it's difficult to get. Are you with me? So, and that's where we do it. So to save our, we know these things. And that is why we go the extra mile to help our farmers sell their snails once they are matured. Even we are booking snails ahead of time. Why? Because we procure improved breeders for snails. Improved, in other words, they grow faster, they lay more eggs, and they grow bigger. Now, this is because of the one-to-one feeding regimen, which I will still teach you about, and that's the approach that we use. Then, because of this, we want snails that are genetically modified from our farmers. So, we want to sell our farmers' products. Are you getting it? And that's what helps us excel and makes our network stronger, because we keep selling our farmers' produce. Now, lack of finance, you have to, very, very important. When you lack finance, there's very little that you can do. There's no big talk around it. Once you're lacking finance, there's very little you can do. You can't feed them well. Of course, you need to feed them well. You need to buy what you need to buy. You can't even give them the best environment. Okay? Now, another one is lack of patience and commitment to growing a sustainable business. I cannot argue. I cannot even talk this one enough. Like, snail farming is patience. Another name for patience is snail farming. Okay? Another name for snail farming is patience. If you lack patience in snail farming, you won't succeed. It's not a business that will say you enter 4 months and you start making it big, or you start selling your snails in millions. No, there are other things that you need to do apart from your farm. But if it's from your farm, you're not even making it after 1 year. Like, you're not making it big after 1 year. Let me just give you the truth. You're not making it, you're not even going to sell a thing after 1 year. If you really want your farm to do well, you would have over 2,500 babies in your pen, like the ones that you've gotten by yourself. I have a farmer that will always say, Mentor, this is the one I hatched by myself. I love that woman, Mrs. Pillow. In case she's listening to this, give us a shout out, okay? But that is what it is. But after your 2,500 babies start laying, just imagine when 2,500 babies are giving you 20 each. Anyways, they are hermaphrodites, so all of them can lay eggs. So when we say 20 each, yes, we mean 20 each. All snails can lay eggs. Yes. And commitment means you have to spend at least 1 hour every day in your pen. Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to commit? Now, it's not, we'll show you so many pictures of what commitment means. You have to check, are there eggs? Have they, let's go. Okay, now there's what we call physiological maturity and sexual maturity. Physiological maturity simply means that physically, some snails are very big. Okay, so snails have to get to a certain point before you can say you're selling them off. Example, that's for consumption basically. You can sell at table size, jumbo, and all on. You can move on from there. Okay, but sexual maturity, and actually, let me finish physiological maturity. Physiological maturity is about from, let's say, 1 year, 6 months to 2 years. That's when we encourage people to start selling up their snails. Okay. Then for sexual maturity, within 8 months, 6 months, your snails are mature, they are laying eggs. So if you get your babies today, 6 months down the line, they started laying eggs to you. 8 months down the line, they've started laying eggs for you and producing the next generation. Now, let's get into it. What exactly is snail farming business? What exactly? That's what we are here for. all the this is what we're talking about. What exactly is it? Okay, now I love this part. Snail farming is also known as heliciculture. Okay, so it's the practice of raising snails for human consumption or other purposes. It involves creating a stable environment for snails to thrive, managing their diet, reproduction, and ensuring proper care to produce healthy and marketable snails. That is the entirety of snail farming. So if anybody is not doing this, that person is not a snail farmer. Are you with me? So you see people, they go to the market and they buy snails and all that, and they sell back. They are not snail farmers. They are just playing in the snail farming value chain. Okay, are you with me? They're just part of the snail farming value chain. It's not like they are snail farmers. So for you to be a snail farmer, the first thing is you need to be able to create a suitable environment for them to thrive, a pen. You need to be able to manage their diet. How do you feed them? You need to be able to manage their reproduction. Is your pen set up for mating? You don't, okay, people don't know that. People just, don't worry, we'll get to it. People don't know that, okay. Prepare proper care to produce healthy and marketable. There is a way. There is a way to do it. Now, what is the business of snail farming? Okay, now the business of snail farming encompasses everything. Those people that are getting from the market, when you're coming to buy from them, you sell, you clean up, you export. Okay, all those things are what make up the business of snail farming. Are you with me? So in snail farming business, entrepreneurs breed, rear and harvest snails for sale in food market, cosmetic industries, beautiful cosmetic industries. Do you know that most of the high-end products that women use are gotten from snails? Snail slime, that's what it's called. Okay, they must consider factors like suitable habitats, okay, for those who want to, feeding, pest control, market demand. Yes, very important. You have to know your market. Where will I go and sell? Who am I going to sell to? And that's why AgroCycle has decided to take out that part for you. Are you with me? Oh, I wish somebody was. I wish I could get feedback. Okay. Anyways, now, with the growing interest in sustainable and exotic food, snail farming offers a niche opportunities for agricultural entrepreneurs, diversified income stream. Sorry. Okay. So you can be doing this thing and doing your business and still making money. Of course, it's just only 1 hour every day. So let's go further. Now, what are the types of snail system that we have? We have intensive system and we have the semi-intensive system. Now, the picture by my top right corner is a sample of the intensive system. Now, the intensive system, okay, maximizes production in limited space by controlling environmental factors like temperature, humidity. It involves high density snail population, efficient feeding, and careful management to optimize growth and yield. Okay, so you see the setup. It could be concrete, it could be wooden boxes, hutch boxes like they call it. I don't advise for tires. I don't like tires in anything snail farming. Please avoid tires. I just don't like it. Okay, personally for me, it's a no. Please don't do tires. Forget it. Don't even dare to do tires, because let's assume that you have tires and tires are black. It will absorb heat into it, and snails need space to grow. Their space to move around is limited. Okay, and snails sometimes they would love to eat the walls, eat the concrete. They start eating your tire. They are consuming sulfur. It's not healthy for them. I don't know, just to expose your mind to certain things. So please don't talk tires. When you're thinking tires, just remove it from the picture. I have heard trainers tell you start from tires. Please don't. For me. Okay, now you have to control humidity, sprinkle water, clean every day, feed them efficiently, and manage carefully. Now the semi-intensive system is more like the free-range system. That's what I call it. Semi-intensive or free-range system. Snail farming allows snails to roam in a controlled outdoor environment. Very important, controlled outdoor environment. It means you still have to bring in certain things. When you have to sprinkle them morning and evening. Remember what I said. After this training, you don't need another training. Sprinkle water in the morning and sprinkle water in the evening. Okay. So it combines natural foraging. So they can eat anything they want. You plant things like scent leaf, bitter leaf, pawpaw, plantain, cocoyam, watermelon. If possible, plant anything that you can possibly imagine. Potatoes, most of those things you'll be the one consuming them, because usually they don't even eat so much. You'll be the one eating them. But just plant it and make sure that that place is densely cultivated, like the picture you are seeing. This is a farm we set up in Owerri. Okay, so this is not story. You can see for yourself. Owerri. Are you with me? So it combines natural foraging and supplemental feeding. You have to still be feeding them. Don't say you have fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are good to keep snails alive, but to increase in size, you need to add formulated feed, protein sources. That is why in the wild, snails don't eat only green leaves. No, they don't. Sometimes they eat dead animals. Yes. Yes, they do. They are very cannibalistic. Okay? So the basic requirement for snail farming, this one is I can't even talk more of it. Proper training of snail farming process. No, like proper training. it cannot be overemphasized. I don't know how you can do without proper training. I see people, do you know, in AgroCycle at the moment, we can't even, this is how serious it is for us. This is a free training. Take it, go. We will teach you everything you need to be excellent at it. Go and practice. Like, let's say that if not for anything, you can tell people that after you attended this training, you learned this. And do us a favor, take a minute to refer this video as you're watching it to someone. Just refer it immediately to someone. Don't even waste time. Someone who is interested in snail farming, tell them, share this with them so they can get the value that you're getting. Okay, in AgroCycle, we don't even allow people just say we want to get. First question, are you part of the community of practicing farmers? Yes or no? If you say no, we ask you, would you love to join? You either say yes or no. So if you join, then you can go ahead and procure your snail breeder. If you have not joined, that is it for you. We are not in a hurry. There's no rush in snail farming business. Forget anybody that is pushing you to the limit. There's no rush. After you buy it, you now relax and just discover that, oh, okay, they have not 2 weeks. Their shell are still coming out small. So there's no rush. There's no rush to anybody. Don't let anybody push you over the bar. Please get training. When you put when you invest money in snail farming before you get training, all those snails are most likely going to die because you'll be doing trial and error. Oh, you did this one, they'll tell you to treat your soil, remove all the waste, put this one, put that worms. Those things are very important. I'm not saying they're not important, but you would eventually lose your snails because of the 3 things that I talked about: feeding, cleaning, and monitoring. If you're not doing these things well, forget it. Every other thing that you're doing is just trying and error. Okay? So please, I beg you, if not for anything, please get training. Get proper training before you start. I beg you, please. Get proper training before you start. Okay, now look at that woman. look at the way she's bent. See the joy on her face. It's a lifestyle. You have to love this thing. You really want to do it. Okay? So appropriate housing, very important. Decide what you want to. The housing you want to use. Are you using intensive or extensive? There is no difference. When people tell you, oh, take note. Some people will tell you do free range. Okay? They will not tell you the downsides of free range. Okay? They will not tell you that sometimes in free range you don't even know what is killing your snails. Okay? Nobody will tell you that. At the same time, in free range, your feed consumption is reduced compared to this intensive system because they have other things to eat. So there are upsides and downsides to both of them. But nobody will tell you. They'll tell you, ask questions. Try and know what will suit you. Do you work, what your job, like what suits you? Is your farm far from where you are? Then intensive should be a good one, because sometimes you might not just be able to meet up and go there and do everything. You might not be able to employ people. Then consider it. If it's close to you, then use intensive. Like, think about it. Appropriate housing is one of the most important things. Keep your snails where nothing will enter your pen and nothing is leaving your pen. If not, before you look around, they've escaped. Suitable soil and soil sterilization. I can't talk about it more. If you're not using loamy soil, I don't know how you're coping now. Please, where do you find loamy soil? Look for the dark soil in your farm. Those dark soil that you use in cultivating, look for it. The loamy soil has a way of holding the right content of water. It is right for incubation. If you don't have it, you might just be making a mistake. Okay? So sterilization, that one is another topic. I have mixed feelings about that. Some people tell you sterilize cook boy. For me, I will ask this question. Because that was the question I asked. If you hear my story, you hear when I asked this question. I'm using free range. How do I treat the whole soil? Okay? So please, the next thing is diet. Their diet consists of vegetables, fruits, and calcium supplements. Formulated feed. You cannot miss this okay? It is very, very important. And you don't just feed them anyhow. There is a progression to it. There is a progression to it. It's called 1-2-1 feeding regimen. Fruit, feed, fruit. Fruit, feed, vegetables. Just like that. That's 1-to-1 feeding regimen. Okay? So follow it and follow it well. Now, patience and commitment. See how she's bent. I beg you. Please, it is not hard. But please, just 1 hour. And you have to give that 1 hour daily, committedly, and not miss it. Doesn't mean if you miss it, it's bad. But don't just get lackadaisical about it. Commit to doing it. Now, facts about snail farming for beginners. Now, snail farming is extremely profitable. When I mean extremely profitable, it is extremely profitable. There are so many value chains. You can export. You can. Okay, now, okay, let me slow down a bit. Okay, snail farming is very profitable because the demand for snail meat and products is high in Nigeria and other countries such as UK, America, and France. UK and America particularly, it is very high, very high. A pound's weight of snail can sell for as high as $50. Okay, now one big snail, jumbo size, you can check your local market, sells at 1,800 now. 1,800 now is valued at $1. If you take it export, pay for export duties, pay for charges, do it in large quantity, it might cost you about $1.6 to sell. And you go to UK and you're selling it for $4 or 3.5 pounds. Sorry, 3.5 pounds or 4 pounds. Do you know what that is? Sit back and do the maths. Okay? Do you know why? People, this thing, you can even dry them. You can dry it and use your oven, dry it and export. All you just need to do is reach out to kitchens, reach out to kitchens, reach out to restaurants. You have Enish, I love Enish. Okay, so reach out, check Enish, check it out, and reach out to them, strike a deal with them, and you've started it. And we have a farmer currently, he's doing 100 pens, and the goal is for exportation and slime, nothing else. Somebody is building 100 pen. He came back from the UK and he's doing this. Did anything tell you that there is a market, there is a hungry market for it? Okay, and we also help people doing it. That's what we call shelving. Now, this is how shelving works. Basically, what we do is we and some farmers on the group aggregate, come together, put money together, we get snails. We strike a deal with a shelf. Like, shelf is just where it's just like a supermarket. Then you buy one of the lines in a supermarket where they put things. So, but this case, you're buying the frozen part, the fridge side, then the refrigerator side. Okay, then every snail they sell, they just give them the price they sell. They take their taxes off, their VAT, and they give you the remaining, and you pay them for their services. Okay. So when your snails run out of stock, you restock. So that's how it works. Basically, it's just simple math. It's not big. It's just called shelving. And you don't own the place. You don't do, just strike a deal and you pay them. So it's relatively little capital investment is required. Okay, relatively little. Okay, so you can start your snail farming with as low as 100,000 naira and still make millions. Yes, maybe not at the end of the year, because 100,000 naira can just get you barely 100 snails feed, and you feed them well for like 8 months. 100,000 naira is gone. Okay, when you talk about, but if it does, okay, then factor in your construction, your pen construction, your other things, you only discover that, man, this thing is really affordable for the return that you'll be getting on your investment. Are you with me? Okay, so you can do snail farming as a side hustle. Beautiful. If you listen to my story, I started as a student. I was a final year student doing my project, having snail farm. It wasn't going so well, but then I can do it. Imagine if I had the right knowledge. I was doing it. Yes, I showed you pictures of my farm. It's not a small farm. It was a big farm as a student. I'm not saying go that big without knowledge. I was very ignorant. I went so big without knowledge. Don't do that. I'm not saying don't do that, please. But if you get the right knowledge and you are that big and you're a student, imagine when you are done. What is service? What is a job? I told a story about people when we go to church services. My dad, people come to and say, "What are you doing?" I tell them I'm a snail farmer. They say, we help you find job in a bank." Or I'll be like, wow, bankers. Entry level should be about 200,000 in good banks. So is that what you want me to come and be earning? Like really? But I can literally export 100 pounds is how many? 100 pounds is 200,000 naira. And I can literally make that by selling less than 50 snails. See, There is money. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. So unlike other livestock, yes, the export requirement is really low. Seriously, really low. You can dry them, you can smoke them, you can freeze them. The export requirement is very, very, very low. Very low. Okay, so you can, when you get to the community of practicing farmers, you get to meet some experts from exporting, people we use for export. You can relate with them. If you want to do individually, then get to sign the requirements and get exporting. Okay, now the species of snail farming, like I talked about, for me there are 3 major species. Okay, you have the Achatina achatina. The Achatina achatina is a Ghana tiger snail. It has something like the if it comes out from its shell, there is something like silver lining. It shines like they lay around 200 eggs per cluster. In one lay, they will drop 200 for you. But for some weird reason, they don't do well in Nigeria. I don't know why. I cannot explain. But when my farmers say, "Do you have AA?" I tell them, "Me, I don't have AA," because people will carry AMS and give you as AA. So please don't listen carefully. Look at that picture now. Please look at it carefully and don't mix it up. Now we have Achatina fulica. Achatina fulica is the one you find around. Okay, very easy. You find it around in your, as you're working, all those kind of things. Okay, so they lay sometimes 500 eggs, and but where their babies are tiny, but they give you slime. That one is slime money. If you can rear them, get them right, that one is slime money. You will see slime and run. They produce, they're not sweet though. They taste like what I don't know, but you see slimes, they will give you slime. And if you can link up with a company that's into pharmaceuticals, forget it, your money. That one is silent gold mine. You'll be hitting it small and nobody's knowing what you're doing. Okay? Then you have Achatina marginata. Then Achatina marginata is also known as is our own, like the marginata breed. Is the one you find in Nigeria, west, east, southern. You know, snails are more close to this our region, like southern region down where you have humidity is higher. The northern region, snails don't thrive so well. Okay, they lay 40 to 80 eggs in every breeding season, not cluster breeding season. So 40 to 80 eggs. But you see, compared to size, these ones will grow twice the size of the ones that I've mentioned already. Okay, 2 times the size. Now, while I'm still talking about, there is 2 subgroups of the AMO. Now, there is the AMO, the AMs, subgroups of the AMs. There is the AMO, which means Achatina marginata ovum, and the AMS, Achatina marginata saturalis. Now, let me start from my personal experience. I hate AMS. I didn't say it's bad. I said I hate it. I don't have expertise in it. I'm not the type of person that will tell you, oh, I'm not the type that will tell you, yes, it's because you did not feed your snails, that's why they are dying, or it's because I will tell you the truth. You see, I thought it's just 3 things. If you do these 3 things, you will get it right. So anybody that telling you did not treat your soil is because you treated your soil, you did not put calcium, it's because it's lying to you. Simple. It's lying to you, because you will know what your snails need. Wake up by 7. Okay, come back by 9. Stay with your snails from 9 to 11. You will see something. You will love your snails. You see how they move. You will notice that, okay, where I'm putting my tray, my feeding trough is not good. I need to move it to the left. Where I'm doing this is bad. I need to put it here. Some snails are coming down. I need to put more sticks in my pen so that snails can have places to mate. Monitor them. Simple, not big, this thing. So my AMS breed, they are very cannibalistic. Take my words, they are very, very cannibalistic in nature. They will lay a lot of eggs, but their eggs takes time to grow. They will hatch, but the babies are small, they will take time to grow. And before you wait 6 months, you're still pampering babies. Like they take around 1 year to 8 months. Like 1 year for them to mature sexually to start producing babies for you. That's for the AMS. They are pinkish, they have pinkish tip, and the close to their body is also pinkish. So that's how you identify them, and they are darker than the AMO. Okay, for me, I had bad experiences with them. Those were the ones I bought from the market. Remember I told you I went to Swali in Bayelsa to buy them. Okay, so those are the ones that I bought. Please, I beg you, don't buy. The women told me, do you know these growers, they don't grow fast? I said, I know snail farming. I went to buy. Please don't buy. Don't buy. What do I advise? Go for AMO. We have the AMO improved. So I won't talk about that much. Maybe when we join the community, Then we'll talk about the AMO improved breeds. But generally, the AMO is my love. Okay, they lay 15 to 20 eggs per cluster, no problem. Their eggs are big. You can literally throw, if you take the egg and throw somebody, you will injure the person. No jokes. Okay, they don't lay a lot of eggs, but they grow big and very fast. Very fast. 8 months. You can sell them for table size. I mean 8 months, table size. You're selling table size, and you're charging 8 months. Allow it 1 year and 1 year and 6 months. You are selling them at medium jumbo. Okay, so that's it. Now, ways to earn in snail farming. Let's rush this thing. Ways to earn. First thing, you can sell to farmers at point of lay. That one is just clear. You can sell them to farmers at point of lay, and you're making good money. And that's what we excel in at AgroCycle. And we encourage every single person to do the same. Do the same. Once you start your farm, I didn't say start telling people that you're a master in snail farming, but put it out there. Let people know that you've started snail farming. Put your picture. Don't tell people that this is how how to make 1 million. No, don't do that. Just show them I started my snail farming journey. Take this journey with me as I feed my snails. Keep posting. Nothing new is happening. Just keep posting. Stay consistent. You will be surprised that in a few years down the line, you already have customers that are asking you, where did you buy your snails? You are connecting them. You can buy from the company you got your snails, or from wherever you got your snails, and sell to them. You're already making money. Nobody said you should claim authority in snail farming. No, you become an authority. You don't claim it. You practice it. You live it. It becomes your nature. Okay? Please. Let's put that apart. Selling table size snails to market vendors. This is how it works. You go into the bush. You go to the bush very early. All these like example, Swally markets. If you live in Bayelsa, that's a good place to go to. Ido market is another place. There's one in Shagamu. So go to those markets very early, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. People that are coming from the bush that have gone to gather their snails, all those local snails, you rush and buy from them. If you rush and buy from them at a cheaper price, then you come to the town and sell to market people that will stay and sell all through the day. You make small money, you make the difference, not big. So you make some money and you are good. You do it every day for 1 week. You're having serious money. You can even sell to retailers. Okay, you don't want to sell, you don't want to wake up by 7. Wait, those people that have gone to wake up by 7 to buy, you buy from them and start selling to people individually. You cannot sleep. Like, if you're sleeping, you cannot sleep on this business. Oh, there's a lot. You can't sleep. Sincerely, you can't sleep on it. I will not even allow you to sleep. Okay? You see, I know this thing, and I've seen people do it. One man said to me, say, Mr. Rex, say, you're the reason why I am a farmer. This man is doing serious money. He's bringing his trucks. If you saw the ad, he packages it in nylons and he's putting it out there. Oh, okay. So then you now do slime selling to companies. Forget it. Your money. Cosmetic companies. People that you go run. Can you produce? How many can you produce? Like, do you know, women are beauty product is selling. Like, beauty product is gold mine. Can your snails be providing good slime that will be solving that niche? Forget it though. Millionaire no be to be a millionaire is not that difficult, especially now that dollar is even high. Okay, so imagine selling to foreign companies and they're paying you in dollars. Less than $600, so $600, you're already a millionaire. $600 a millionaire. It's not big again. $600 is already 7 figure. So don't allow anybody to deceive you. Okay. Then you can sell abroad to restaurants abroad. I talked about this, restaurant chains abroad. You can do shelving to supermarkets like Tesco, Costco, and all of them. You can do that. Reach out to their manager, reach out to the supplier, leverage the internet. Don't be sleeping on this internet. There's money. You watch snail, you dry it, and you sell locally. Sell them as smoked fish. get your smoke fix, show how you're washing them, make a video of how you're washing them, run ads. It's not difficult. Run ads. Formulated feeds, you sell them, produce formulated feed. In AgroCycle, we teach people how to produce formulated feed. Why? Because we know this economy is not smiling. It's not funny. How can you be telling the farmer to be buying? No, we teach you. Can you make money? Make money from this thing. It's not there's money here. Make money. Formulate your own feed. Sell to farmers. Remember, please don't go and claim guru. Simply, this is how I formulate my own feed. Make a video. This is how I formulate my own feed. Would you just show? Then the last tip is to organize training and train newbies, okay, who are getting into it. Now, I want to talk about the 5 days mentorship training. So the 5 days mentorship training is where we take you on a 5 days journey. Every day we'll train you, we'll give you assignments, you will do it intensively. We are not playing, no. Do you know why? There's what we call the insured. We offer insured snails. In other words, for the next, if your snails die, within this period, within a 2 weeks period, we change it. Yes. Of course, I didn't tell you that snails must die. No matter how good you are, no matter how good you are, your snails will die. Your baby snails will die. But then there is a threshold you should get to, 20%. If you have 100 snails and you lose 20, if you lose more than 20, AgroCycle will change it for you. Because we believe it's not your fault. Within the first 2 weeks, we should give you healthy snails that at least, if not for anything, you should be able to take care of 20 healthy snails. If not for anything. It's not rocket science. You should be able to take care of less than 80. So if you start losing 20, there's a problem. Serious problem. It means that the snails are not good. So we make sure that the training is intensive and you understand these 3 things that we talked about. I said 3. It's not big, just 3. Okay? Now, how do you start a snail farm? Okay, so let's for those that want to start, so you can go and start immediately and stop playing around or wasting time watching one training to another to just playing around. No. So how do you start a snail farming business? Bro, go and get trained. Simple. Sister, go and get trained. Mommy, go and get trained. Daddy, go and get trained. It is not hard. Please go and get trained. Go attend a training. If you like physical training, AgroCycle will provide you physical training. I'm not saying come and use also. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying this is the way we have structured it. If you want physical, there are farmers scattered around your village, your community that can train you. It's just that you're not looking well. Are you with me? Imagine if you're coming from the group, we generated 700 people came to show interest in snail farming. There is no way we can train all 700. Even if all 700 comes to Owerri, where our base is, which hall? Do you know how much we pay to get them in a hall? Which farm would they enter? Okay? So what we've done is, with our AgroCycle farm network, you now have access to farmers. Go for free training. Please, after your intensive, go for free training. After the 5 days intensive training, we'll still attach you to a farmer that will do your free. Hey, don't play with training, please. I know I'm talking from a place of pain. I said I lost 2,000 snails. It's not play. It is money. I lost them. And plus the stress, you're going to school, you're losing snails. I'm talking about because I was students. You're losing snails. You call people to help you wash your farm. And you know when they well, okay. Anyways, set some money aside for your farm setup. Okay, genuinely, I want you to do this. Set some money aside. You don't have to rush. Okay, you don't just every month. If you want to start in today, if you want to start if you're looking to start in 4 months, give yourself a target. First of all, get your training. First month, you set out money for training. Okay? Then, you get your training. The next month, you start saving. Start putting money aside for your farm. Okay? The next one will be build an appropriate housing for your snails. You cannot overemphasize. Look at the pen that is there. We teach you how to build your pen yourself. We give you the measurement, stocking density. This one is not play. The measurement for a standard pen is 3 feet by 5 feet. The height is 2.5 feet from ground level. Standard. No, you can even do 2 feet from ground level. It is okay. Okay? If you want to do wooden, from wherever the bottom is, do 2 feet. You're good. So there is literally nothing to hide. Sincerely, there is literally nothing to hide again. Okay, stocking density for a 3 by 5 feet pen is 100. So whenever you're getting your snails, you have one pen, get 100. Make provision for where your snails, where you hatch your snails. Another pen, you make your provision for another pen where you grow your babies. So with 2 pen, the first one taking 100, the second one divided into 2 for hatching and breeding, and for your growers, you're set. 100 snails, you're set. You can do this thing by yourself, with your hand. Call a carpenter. With 15,000 naira, you've done it. If you want to get a messing, you need like 30 blocks to get a pen. Yes, 30 blocks. 3 down. Do you know why I'm saying this thing like this? I know you. 30 blocks. 30 blocks is how much? 200, 300, you're getting blocks. 30 times 10, 9,000 naira. You have blocks. Cement, you can buy half bag of cement. I think 10,000 naira, 7,000 naira. That's 3,500. You break up your messy man 4,000 naira per day. In a day, you fixed your pen. You buy 60 blocks. You have to divide it into 2. Put your plank. You're ready. 20, 30,000 naira. Your pen is ready. You have 2 pen, and you're started. If you don't have too much money, you go for wood. Even if you don't have too much money, there is one that you can use PVC to cover some parts. Use trampoline. Yes. So if you're looking to do free range, install humidifiers. Then secure the suitable soil. Secure suitable soil. That one is very important. If you get a soil that is not good, you have problems. If you get clay soil is acidic. It would affect your snails eventually. Why? Because your snail produce slime. Slime is basic. Okay? It's a base or alkaline. That's how it is. So acid plus base neutralizes the distance. So the snails automatically have difficulties moving around. Also, clay soil holds a lot of water. So the water cannot seep through the soil. You can't incubate your eggs with clay soil. It makes it very difficult. If you don't have egg soil, you can use wood shavings. Wood shaving. Grind fine dust wood. Put it there, soak it water, place it there. The only thing is that you cannot hatch with it. Okay? You see, after this training, go and start. Please. After this free training, go and start. No plenty struggle. Go and start. Start out. Stop jumping from one training to another. There's no need. Go and try it. Sometimes we have too much knowledge. It's action that is our problem. Start taking action. It's action that is the problem. You have to be very proactive. You have to be... See, I'm a kind of a person. If you teach me today, I will do it. I will do it until... That's why I did... When I tell you I did everything that they say you should do, I did it. I'm not playing. I'm not mixing words. I did it. And I know the one that works and the one that does not work. Okay? Treat and sterilize your story. That's up to you. If you want to, if you don't want to. I mean, I don't have problem with that one. It doesn't fall into the category of things I want. If you get your soil, remove roots from there. If you have earthworms, put earthworms in your pen. Why? Because earthworms will go and eat all those slime. All the slimes that are leaving behind. Earthworms will eat them. Some of the leftover food, earthworms will eat them. They are dropping. Earthworms will eat it. Put earthworm in your pen. Earthworm will loosen your soil. Make it easy for the eggs to come out when they hatch. It is not science. It's not this thing. Please. See, don't stop. Don't overthink it. It's easy to do. Okay? Then mulching, get your mulching material. What can you do for mulching? I have a farmer. You see him in the group. Okay, for those of us that will join the training, you see him in the group. He's 78 years old. I'll show you his face. Don't worry. When we get to testimonials and all those aspects, I'll show you his face. Okay. So this man, I said use plantain leaves. The man did not use plantain leaves. Oh. He used palm leaves. I've never seen it before. Like I've been shouting to use plantain leaves. The man used palm. And he's the one with the highest number of babies. 4,000 babies in 6 months. Like, for people that joined 6 months ago, 4,000 babies. One has 2005. 4,000, 8 years old man. What is your excuse? You don't have any. Please, you don't. So, if you're doing this thing, what's the name? If you're doing free range, go for dense vegetation, install your feeding rack, proper pen stocking, like I talked about it, pen density. Don't go and say I did not tell you. Standard 3 feet by 5 feet pen is 100. You can do highest 150, but make sure you have enough sticks for them to move around and mate. Don't go and make your pen overcrowded and say you want to stock plenty like me. If you see my pen, I told you now, they started eating each other. They can cannibalize, so don't play with it. Then remember, after doing all these things, that's when you buy your breeders. Please, it's not you go and look for breeders. You've not done this one. You're looking for where to buy breeders. Please, don't put the cart before the horse. Okay, and get formulated feed. Get formulated feed, calcium supplements. Get it, please. You can formulate it by yourself, or you get it. Okay. So introduction to the community of AgroCycle. So I call this one the Millennial Community, and this is where I train personally. I take it upon myself to ensure that you succeed in. It's not just training you. We don't train you and leave you and say go. No, we train you and we keep you in the community, because if you succeed, it's our success, and we know it's our success, so we'll keep it so you can train another person, because we are limited. Yes, we are limited. We can't achieve so much. There's very little that we can achieve. And that's where we have millionaires. Do you know what is our source training? Yes, what I'm talking about is our source training. People come to us, they say they don't want online training. Some people here don't even want online training. Check, they don't. What we do is the outsource training. How do we do it? You cost 40,000 naira. You pay us 40,000 naira. We look for the farmer closest to you. We pay the farmer 20,000 naira. The company keeps 20,000 naira, and you go there and you learn. You learn for life. Once you join this community, there's no going back. You export from this community. This community is where we buy snails from people. We buy back. If you're not part of this community, we're not even doing anything with you. Okay? So when we talk about, imagine you just entered the training now. You got the intensive training. After it, 6 months down the line, we've sent you 10 people. 10 times 20 is 200,000 naira. Which other 6 figures are you talking about? Which other 6 figure? Like 6 figure is 100,000. You're already in 6 figure. I don't know if you understand me. So I'm not talking about your snails. Your snails have not even started doing anything. Okay? So about the community, what do you like? What would you be enjoying? You will enjoy lifetime mentorship and support. Personally, from me, from the team. We have a team of individuals who are exceptional in what they do. If you want, name it. Our group is not where you say, mentor, show me if it. Call anybody, go to their farm and verify. It's not go to their farm. I'm not saying come and once you join the group, just go to any farm you want. Look for the farmer closest to you and enter their farm. So you get access to physical training like the outsourced training. Yes. So if you're part of this community, immediately you join, you go through your intensive training, you take your induction, you are attached to a farmer in one piece, no stress. You attach the farmer closest to you. That's if you join through this training, okay? Then automatically you become eligible to make money from the outsourced training program, the one I just talked about. So if your farm is good, you're excelling, you're doing well, we bring people that are closest to you and we pay you commission, part of their money, 20,000 naira for your training section, okay? Get your insured snail breeders. Yes, this one I talked about it. The insured snail breeders, for the first 2 weeks, if your snails death exceeds 20%, we will replace it. Why? It is not your fault. You cannot go through the 5 days intensive training and not know what I'm talking about. It's not your fault. Like, it is not on you. It's not that you're careless. It's not that you didn't do the right thing. It is not on you. Because in the 5 days training, we'll see how you're stocking. You make a video for your stocking process. You make a video for how your snails arrived. So we know if your snails didn't arrive in good shape, you already know we are preparing to replace your snails because they'll start dying. Okay? So then we help you sell your matured breeders as well. We sell your matured breeders for you. That one is not even play. It's not even plenty talk. We want to sell improved breeders. Improved breeders are not accessible to everybody. We want to sell improved breeders to other farmers. Because how do you think we get improved breeders? How? From farmers who already have improved breeders. Simple. It's not big magic. And how do you produce improved breeders? Improve your snails. Get local snails from the bush. 5 generations. Feed them fruit. Use the proper feeding regimen. The proper feed. Don't go and get AMO. That's what I'm talking about. Get AMO. Feed them 5 generations down the line. First generation feed. Feeding regimen. Third. By the 5th generation, they already improved. I told you, after this training, you can go out and launch out by yourself. No. So we provide you with the opportunity to participate in group exportation. Okay, bring money together, bring your snails together, we export, everybody gets money back. Or if you are someone, you are in the group, you have access to exportation, you tell people on the group, then they have snails. What they do is you bring the money, the company holds the money for you, then the farmers supply you with the snails and they are being paid. Simple as that. Okay, are we together? Then you participate in regular sales training and program. See this one, forget it. Our sales team they are good. Check the it's not plenty talk. Check the number of people that joined. Where are you joining from? I don't know. We have over 600 persons currently in one of our groups, just one. Check the other mini groups, and this is, I don't know which cohort you belong to, depending on the cohort that you're listening to. Okay, and this is the case. We will not leave you. Remember when I was telling you, make a video, do this one? What am I telling you? I'm telling you sales. That's what I'm teaching you, to do sales. Okay, start making videos, start posting, start creating. You will be surprised that 3 months down the line, you're already having orders. Okay, so our sales marketing course is packed, and you have access to it when you're part of the community of practicing farmers, and you still have access to it during the 5 days intensive training. Now, which class of people should join this community? First of all, I talked about I was a student. If you're a student, you can join. But for me, who do I love? I love stay-at-home moms, yes, or fathers, retirees. I love businessmen and women. For me, that's my forte. Businessmen and women. I know how to help you combine your business and snail farming. I know it. Like, I know it. I am sure that I know it, and I know it very, very well. Okay? And generally, people who want to make money, regardless of which category you belong to, if you want to make money, this is for you. Now, let me ask you a trivial question. Which of these people do you think is the highest farmer? Oh, I said it before now. I said it. Okay? Is Mr. Eramaka Felix, 70 years old man, 78 years old man, retired teacher, a policeman as well. See, this thing is not, just do it. Discipline and do it. If you okay, let's keep going. Now, testimonials. Let's just read some testimonials and hear what people have to say. My order landed 248 hours today. People can be detailed, okay? I cleaned them up with neat water. They were happy. They drank water and they refreshed themselves. And I now put them into the pen, then sprinkled water by the instruction of our mentor, Mr. Rexford Emmanuel. I was transmitting with him, okay, on video. So this is how the farm looks like now. Sent a picture, just about 6 minutes video to show the case to my fellow snail farmers. Okay, so you see, you're not alone. You have to show it. So it's not the one that you are setting up your farm. You are setting up. If you are not close, if you are not coming to set it up for you, you have to show us everything. Because you don't come and tell me that your snails are dying. Why? You have to prove why they're dying. It's not like if the snails arrived in bad health, we already know from the videos. If you're doing something wrong, we already know. On the group, we posted a video where somebody drowned their snails. Like they were washing the snails inside water. You put all the water in the water and you put them inside the bucket. Even some people, if you train them, no matter how you train them, they will still do the wrong thing. Okay? But that's what it is. Now, let's check Mr. Uzo. Mr. Uzo said, boom. After 3 weeks, the eggs started hatching and the babies coming out. I felt like a father that have successfully created life. Are you noticing something? People are taking details, numbers, they are recording. Okay, this is 1 month and 2 weeks, and I've had 785 babies in total. Currently, I had eggs, and currently I have had 131 babies. No, this thing, there's a system to this thing. Do these 3 things, and how can you feed your snails well? Put them in the good environment, and they will not lay eggs. Tell me how. It's not rocket science. Go and launch out. Please stop taking your time. Okay? Hello, everyone. I'm reporting on behalf of Jamie Grow. Jesus. From MBC. Okay? We successfully stocked 79 AMO breeders on 26th of April 2023. Furthermore, we have successfully incubated 117 eggs, of which 27 snails have hatched, okay, since the 3rd of May 2023. Thank you for choosing, okay, thank you for choosing AgroCycle and expect more updates. Okay, is he advised? Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter. Well, let's get to the next one. Now, the next one is, this is a testimonial from Grace Carlo. Let me read this thing. It says, okay, to God alone be all the glory. My snails have arrived and they are cooling in their pen. The first set actually arrived on the 1st of March, but due to stress and other things, I didn't know most of them died even before reaching me. Over 70 of them died. Okay, so you see a perfect example of us knowing that these snails will die. They didn't arrive in good health, and on arrival 70 died. So how do you explain to a farmer that 70 snails died on arrival? How? Okay, so she has clearly exceeded by all standards. There's no way you can do it by all standards. She has exceeded the 20% mortality rate. So automatically it has to be replaced. So let's go further. Okay, I was confused and devastated. The good news was that when I told our able coach, Mr. Emmanuel, he gave me words of encouragement and asked me not to worry myself. Like play. Yesterday he called me and said I should expect my snails. Just like a miracle, all my dead snails were replaced. I'm overwhelmed with joy. Please, my brothers and sisters, help me thank our coach and all the people behind the scene who made this possible. May God of heaven bless you people abundantly without measure. Okay? So it's not, this is cohort 18. So maybe if you are lying, why are there different cohorts? Which cohort are you? Choose your cohort. Which cohort are you? So it's not like people are taking action. Stop wasting time. Okay? Similarly, I don't know how to, this one is 18. Sincerely, I don't know how to tell my story. It was a long journey, but I thank God it came to pass. My sincere appreciation goes to Oga Emmanuel. I actually know that we still have good people, but this type is very rare. Okay. I'm not mincing words. Okay. He's a man of dignity and honesty. And I was sent snails different from what I ordered for. Okay, this is what happened. There was a mixed up in her breed. So she was given the wrong breed. She ordered for 1,000 snails. They arrived. I had to set it up myself. Okay, so I went to her farm, came there, and because we teach these farmers how to identify breeders, there was no way we can. There's nothing like, oh, just give them and they will not know. They will know. So we pleaded with her and said, please keep these snails in your farm, because if you return them, they're already under stress. Almost immediately, they will die. So she agreed. 2 weeks later, let me not spoil the gist. Okay? Okay. Replaced. Okay? He said, he gave me his word that it will be replaced. And today, I have my snails. Again, I'm so grateful. Thank you for your sincerity and honesty. You are a man of your words, so caring, diligent in your work. I really appreciate. My God reward you beyond measure. At least now I am happy. I now have my eggs, snail eggs, and my eggs are hatching. It is not rocket science. 3 things. What did I say? 3 things. Who can tell me the 3 things? Type it in the comment section. Okay. So when I joined this platform, this Snail Farm Report 2023 closing. In case you've not gone through the what is the name again? Remind me. In case you've not gone through your magazine, please go back and go through your magazine. You will hear these things directly from them. Okay. When I joined this platform, I got the snail farming training material, AgroCycle company, after payment. Okay, after going through the material, I decided to venture into snail farming business. After considering the cost of building the pen, I decided to go with wooden pen instead of the block pen because of its advantage on land space and ventilation. Okay, to cut down the cost of building the wooden pen, I constructed it by myself without having any carpentry experience. You see, we will teach you. You don't need carpentry experience. We will teach you. This is all your pride in. We will teach you. Who will teach you? You don't need. I said if you can hold hammer and hold nail, your pen is ready. Okay, your pen is ready. There is no. Provided you can hold a hammer, forget it. Your pen is ready. Okay. I was only inspired by self-determination to have a snail farm. I sourced out old wood and planks. I couldn't read that off. So let's go further. So what do you need to succeed in snail farming? Like I told you, you need 3 things. Remember the first 3 I told you? Now this is another 3. You need to be patient. Okay? Read and learn. No big deal. Read, learn, study. Learn. You remember I didn't say take training. I did not say take training. Read and learn. When you join the community, people are updating the community on what they are doing. Successful farmers are posting their breeders. Successful farmers are posting how they are getting their snails. What are you doing? Learn. Learn from them. I would have shown you a video now. It's just I don't have time. I would have shown you a video that was posted to the group. People were complaining, some newbies, that they cannot figure out how they hatch the eggs. A man sent a 5-minute video detailing how he hatches his egg, one step after another. It's not a community where you say your mentor. You don't need your mentor. Reach out to other farmers. Go to their farm and learn. Okay, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Like I said, it's pure business. Invest, take time, you make your money back. Okay? Be willing to implement everything. Everything. Don't hesitate. Once you learn new thing, implement. Say put sticks in your pen. Put sticks in your pen. Don't be plain. Even as I'm talking to you, start implementing. Have it in your mind to, oh goodness me. Don't be someone that is learning a lot. Don't you learn. Am I shouting too much? Don't be someone. I'm passionate about this thing, so forgive me if I'm talking like that. Don't be someone that is learn. Let me know. Go to the next thing. Okay, what will you be learning from the class? That's from the 5 days intensive mentorship. You'll be learning introduction to snail farming, types of snail breed, pen construction, soil treatment, pen preparation, egg incubating. Care for babies, very important. See those babies, you have to care for them. If not, your farm is not even going anywhere. Then prey and predators. Then how to start your snail farm on a budget. Then still on that, you'll be learning okay, let me just break it down more. There's what we call the fail-proof pen construction system, like the man was talking about. You cannot fail. It's not the one that will teach you. You cannot. It will save you thousands on pen construction. Help you construct durable pen, even if you are living in a rented apartment. There was a picture. Oh, this is limiting me. I would have shown you a picture of a man. He constructed his pen under his staircase. Dark place. Just kept it there. The snails are producing. It's not this skill that we're going to teach you is valued at 20,000 naira, and it will save you money from unreliable artisans. So in case of all those people that have a farm, I have one farmer that she paid up to now, she has not received her snails. Why? Because the artisan has failed to complete her pen, and she said there is a union. So any farmer that comes to her, any carpenter that comes to complete her, would ask why they didn't complete it, and they will go away. I don't know that place, but the union is really strong. Okay, so it will save you all those stress, and you can complete it yourself. Okay, healthy breeder identification test on arrival. Like I told you, you can identify that the breeder is not healthy. Do the breeder identification test and send it to AgroCycle. These breeders are not healthy. No, this is not plenty talk. Okay, it's not plenty talk. You have to know this thing. It's not rocket science. It's not deep. It's not this thing. I have tested it all and I know what works. I know. I can tell you, I hit my chest and tell you I tested it all, I know what works. Okay? So, how any farmer can identify breeders at first glance. Care for the breeders stock to ensure, care for the breeding stock to ensure that they produce fertile eggs. Okay? And also, remember your breeders are insured. So, if for anything, if you lose more than 20%, replacement. We replace your 20%. Replace it. Okay? It needs to be replaced. So we have it's valued at 35,000 naira and it will save you over 100,000 naira in losses, procurement losses. So this 100,000 naira is assuming that you got 200 snails. We will save you that money. Okay, because you know that the snails are bad. There's something that's happening. You didn't get the right breed. Because you would be able to identify breeders by yourself. Okay? Then the growth stimulating feed formula, and your meal planner. Very important. There's a meal planner. Your meal planner would tell you, okay, this is at this baby stage, what do I feed them now? At this thing, what do I feed them? At this grower stage, what do I feed them? I want to fatten my snails, what do I feed them? Okay, and the meal planner would help you adjust to know what is in your environment. So adjusted to meet the need of your snails at different levels of development. It composes locally. It composes local sourced. Okay, it composes of locally sourced ingredients which can be found in your locality. It's worth 30,000 naira, and like literally, I don't know the. Imagine instead of buying feed, you can now formulate them by yourself, and you can formulate and start selling to farmers. So how much can you literally make? Then the thought-free pen maintenance. You don't even need to think about it. You're maintaining your pen. Remember I told you 3 things: cleaning. If you play with that one, snails will play with you, especially the improved breeds. Okay, proven to help you keep your pen clean without spending long hours. You don't have time. Please focus and learn this thing. You can do it in 30 minutes and you're done. 1 hour for very big pen above 500, please. And it's valued at 45,000 naira to help you cut out disease outbreak. Okay, but we are giving you these things. We're going to be training you. So advanced incubation system, anything that you're doing and you don't know advanced incubation, forget it. How do you intend to grow your pen? How do you intend to grow your snail farm if you cannot do incubation right? Okay, so it gives you an edge at hatching your eggs, even if you have not created a separate hatching box, or you live in a city where with limited access to hatching soil. You can recycle your soil. They did not tell you. Oh, it's valued at 30,000 naira. Okay, it's valued at 30,000, and it can save you 250,000 naira in egg losses. How do I mean 250,000 naira? Imagine you have 500 eggs and 40% or 80% hatch. That's 400,000, and you sell at 500. 400,000 times 500 is how much? Do the maths. Okay. We know this thing. We know it. I know it. So then, remember I told you about marketing. Yes. So we'll teach you how to identify very clearly, how to identify hungry market, who to sell to, how to target high value restaurants outside the country, how to run your ads, how to speak to them, how to negotiate. All those things will be taught in. Okay. So in the training, that's a 5 days intensive training. That's where it will be taught. Now, your bonuses. What are the bonuses you'll be getting on top of what we'll be teaching you? You'll be getting your personalized pen construction, measurements, and quotation, depending on the size of your pen. Access to the community of practicing farmers. Okay, the physical training for interested people, like I told you already, you don't have to pay for the outsourced training again. Okay, then the 2 weeks mortality insured breeding stock. I think there's a mistake. It's supposed to be 2, not 12. Okay, then the pen maintenance checklist. You want to maintain your pen, how do you do? Checklists, 15 checklists to maintain your pen. Simple. The growth booster, 1-to-1 feeding regimen. I talked about it earlier. We'll go deep into it, and you know how to configure it into your meal plan. Okay. Then the contact of tested exportation agencies. Yes, I talked about this. You want to export. You don't want to do group exportation. You want to do your own. Take contacts and go and do. Okay. Soil test guide. How do I know my soil is good for incubation? How do I know my soil has the right water content? How do I know my soil is perfect for the brood stock? Okay, that's what it talks about. The egg viability test, very easy. Yeah, I used to play with farmers on this one. If they tell me your eggs have not hatched, eggs, we see how this thing works. We just say 21 to 28 days, and some people, they're not just patient to maybe once it hits 21 days, they're already panicking. So I put them in a bad place and say, okay, crack 4 of the eggs. When they crack 4, maybe babies will now come out and they now start feeling bad because they've killed a baby or something like that. But guess what? With this egg viability test, you don't have to do others. You do your egg viability test. The ones that fail it, sieve them out, break them. The ones that pass, we bury them. And that's it. The 5-minute sperm maintenance hack. So you can do it. Your checklist, you can use the checklist and know what you're doing. Your brood stock stabilization guide. Your brood stock are arriving. They are tired. How do I stabilize them and make sure that they stop? Because when they're on their way, packed together, they start reducing their metabolism rate. They are packed together for a close place. Okay, heat, sweat, everything. They reduce their rate. How do I activate them again? Then your productivity tracker, check. Have you noticed that all those men, they will write dates, they will write this, they will record the number of eggs they got every week. You have to submit your productivity tracker. Okay, that is what makes us stand out. We check you. You cannot do it alone. We'll put you in hot seats. You cannot come and say you are in AgroCycle and not succeeding. Go and check. So we'll hold you to the hand until you succeed. Yes, other trainers will just give you training and leave because that's what they're there to do. But for us, AgroCycle will hold you till you succeed. Okay? Now, let's okay. So do you know, if we give you this training at 200,000 naira, it's worth it, seriously. But guess what? You're not going to pay that amount. You're not. No. You're not going to pay 200,000 naira. And even if you decide you want to get the training, if you decide to give it to you at 100,000 naira, which is the cost of personal, please, if you're coming for personal training, don't come and go and be doing is 100,000 naira. But then we won't be giving this training at 100,000 naira because it's not a personal training. It's not personal. Okay? If you want personalized training with personal attention, it costs 100,000 naira. Go to the AgroCycle admin office, then register, pay for it, and you get a personalized training. Okay. Now, even if we give it to you at 40,000 naira, it would be really nice because that's the equivalent of the assault training. But guess what? We are not going to give it to you at 40,000 naira. No. Just for only the first 25 people that will key into only 25, please. It will be slot by slot. We only open 25 slots to people. So if you can take up the 25 slots, take it up. For only the first 25 people that will key into it, you'll be paying 20,000 naira. Note, 20,000 naira. And after 25 person, the price would automatically go back to 30,000 naira. Please, we don't want issue. If you get your this thing, post it, let us know so that you get your slot. If it exceeds 25 people, that's it. Okay, now I've said it now, 25 people. So if you're interested, you want to get access to the mentorship program, it's a lifetime mentorship. It's very easy. So go ahead now, right now. Don't waste time. Don't take this opportunity now. You can sleep on it. You can start. But for me, take action. That's the only thing that would guarantee success. Okay? If you're interested in accessing this training right now, the mentorship training, okay? That will guarantee that you start your snail farming on a budget. Go ahead and pay into AgroCycle company, Money Point Microfinance Bank. The account number is 8280339143. Amount is 20,000 naira. And please send the proof of your payment to the group, to your group. Depending on the group that you join, send your proof of payment to the group. Or you can pay to you send your payment, pay and send your invoice or your receipt to 081-5995-3030, and you'll be added to the AgroCycle mentorship group. So we've come to the end of this training. Please go and start executing now. That's what I want. Okay? See you soon.